There are a lot of things that happen when we start to realize what horses need to be healthy emotionally, as well as physically, and even spiritually. And there's a lot of things that human beings have done with horses over the centuries when we thought they were virtual machines, or that they didn't have feelings, or that they didn't need families and herds and friends to be happy.
Horses get abused because it works so well. If you take a horse and you force a horse, he will give in and he will do what he's told. And so that brings an important question up, and that is, just because we can as human beings, should we? When you're training a horse, when I'm talking about reprimanding a horse for behavior, if we reprimand him for something that we wanted him to do, that is a self-serving act. And upon reprimanding a horse for not doing something we need, like bigger movements in piaffe or passage or whatever the problem is that we're having, generally we'll correct it incorrectly because it came from a self-serving need. How to correct that behavior is to understand that when we're on the back of a horse, we're in the horse's home. It's an invitation. We must, when we're in the horse's home, be really respectful and follow what is etiquetely right, and it's not telling the horse how to be.
The inner will of a horse to perform, to live, to enjoy each second, shown by a high performance, by a big energy which is produced. This picture is very quickly converted into something which looks somehow gray, which looks somehow heavy, sad. So the horses, they're stopping dancing. Nothing is alive anymore. It's like people sitting on a being where they can feel why they're not dancing anymore, why they are not playing anymore, why they are not showing these beautiness like they do it in wilderness. This is the reason why we started, obviously in the beginning, to be with the horses.
I started along this path, full of excitement and hope that I would find something better than what I already knew. I went around the world to meet people who I thought held a secret. Yet I found myself faced with something I hadn't expected. I gave up my source of income, my national titles, teaching and judging engagements all over the country. For what? To sit around with my horses? It was utterly humbling as my former students went on to other trainers, and they and fellow boarders would watch as I sat in the arena with the horse facing away from me, not showing the slightest interest in wanting to be with me. I felt like the horse, now given a choice, was passing judgment, and I was found unworthy. In that darkness, there was something that told me to keep going, that the way forward was through that door of abandonment. There was something within myself that I still needed to find. I started to listen more closely to what I was hearing.